I've come, I have an all, and I'm in trouble again. I'm always getting into trouble. I was going across road to the day, and when I got halfway across, like, a motor car was coming along, I know, and he was going, and when it got up to me, I never set out to it, and it knocked me down. Aye, I fell right underneath, and Cheffonier, or whatever he is, what we're driving, he said to another chap that were with him, he says, wait a minute, we've run into something. It were me they run into. Aye, and while I were under, a lot of people come running up, like, to see what had happened, I know. And they all had a look under, and nobody knowed what it were. I knowed, but I never let on. Not me. I had enough trouble getting there without telling everybody, I know. And while they were looking, a policeman come up. And he says, now then, move on there. And he pulled a book and a pencil out of his pocket, and he says, I'm under the impression, but he was wrong. It was me that was under the impression. Hey, and he pulled me out, and he says, can I talk? And I says, aye. And he says, well, say something. And I didn't know what to say, I know. I've never been under one before. So I got up, like, and I apologized for being under. That's to be civil with them, isn't it? Well, the other day, I'm always in trouble, though. The other day I was standing at the corner of our street, and a chap come up and he looked at me and he said, well, I've seen some things in my time, but that puzzled me. He says, if it's a fair question, what are they? A liberal or a conservative or what? And I forget what I said I was, but he run at me. Aye, he run at me and knocked me down and jumped on me and kicked me and I did laugh at him. I didn't know. But when we got up, he had to run. But he couldn't catch me. But it seems every time I put these clothes on, I get into trouble. First time I put these suit of clothes on were on a Sunday morning. I'll never forget it. And I went out for a walk over the field. And I fell in a rabbit oil. Aye. And a chap come along and put a ferret in, and I had to come out to the end. Hey, I'm a fool. Hello. Here, I was going to tell this something, but circus, they can't play it, I know, so perhaps Bill will play it on piano. My girl, she had a brother with 3 acres and a cow in the country where is known as Farmer Brown. So he asked me if I'd mind it while he took a holiday. He thought he'd like a month in London town. He said there wasn't much to do and it would be a change, and he'd be very much obliged to me. I'd only got to mind the place. I needn't do a stroke, and happy with the other pigs I'd be. So I thought as I'd surprise him while I stayed upon the farm, and I've been working like a busy bee. I got the haystack in the house, 'cause it came on to rain, so I reckon he'll be much obliged to me. Now, I felt a trifle timid when I first took on the job, and I had to have some brandy on the day. When I saw a full-grown bala making ready for a spring, well, I never could stand savage beasts of prey. And I felt quite disappointed when I tried to milk the cow. I might as well have tried to coax a whelp. I found the pail, I found the stool, but I couldn't find the thing that you have to use to open Nestle's milk. So I gathered all the fruit in, though it seemed an awful task. There wasn't any ladder I could see. But I've done it with ease, 'cause I've chopped down all these trees, so I reckon he'll be much obliged to me. Now, the farmyard on a Sunday looks as nice as it can be, and I like to see the animals behave. So I got my girl on Saturday to go and bath the pigs, while I took the billy goat to get a shave. But I don't know what's the matter with the poor old fox and hen. The lady seems to suffer with her health. You know, she wears a tired look when trying to hatch her eggs. So tonight, I'm going to pick on them myself. Ah, but when I saw the scarecrow, well, it made me quite ashamed. Its garments were as ragged as could be. Ah, but now it looks a beauty in her brother's Sunday clothes. So I reckon he'll be much obliged to me.